All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of After Hours. I'm here with Spencer,
Yo, what's up?
and I brought along another trader from the office here. His name is Kevin Rodriguez.
Hey guys, what's up?
He's a young buck from the office. He started off recently with us trading, and so far he's killing it. But he decides that he has a crazy story that we want to share with y'all. So lead us to it, Kevin. Before you started trading, what were you doing before that?
Yo, we could go like way back. I don't know how long you want to go.
Go
but
for it.
Tell us where to start. Where are we going to start? Like
Yo.
what year? How old?
Yo, we could start like maybe 16, 17, just watching CNBC.
All right. Then
Okay, tell us.
You
Yeah.
know, almost everyone started from there. And then 2018, graduate high school. Go straight up next month, start college, like first semester, freshman year. And so I came from Puerto Rico. I go down to Miami to start to study. And then just like being alone that first semester got me super interested in like investing my own money, right?
See, yeah. Tell us about that story, because I feel like I got similar experiences, and I want to know, like, one of mine was being in a dorm room. So
Yeah.
were you in a dorm? Were you in an apartment?
I was in an apartment with some couple of guys,
Okay.
like college apartments, but at the time I just started a job, right? So
See?
the first couple of like payments I got, I just started playing with my money from that job. So I was a cashier in a car dealer
Okay.
in Miami, and was in the service division. So I was working a couple hours a week, like 30, 35. And then freshman year, just like playing around with my money, right? And then this comes like 2 Septembers ago, so 2 years ago. I remember the first time I was on Robinhood and just watching where you buy the share, right? Directly buy any name. There was this little tab on the top said trade options, right? So I go to that, and then I see this name. I remember Tilray, right? So this is September 2018.
Of course.
And then this name, just one day, I just literally bought a 190 call on like September 15, somewhere around there. Next day, the stock goes to $300. So that day, I doubled I made like $200 to like $5,000.
Right.
And I'm freshman, fresh, like first start at college. Like I just graduated high school. This was like my first time actually seeing money. So I was like, yo, $200 to $5,000. What the hell is this, right? So I like took $3,000 out. I kept on playing with $2,000. And then at the time, Tesla was trading very crazy. And I managed to just stay alive with that name at the time. But the Christmas of 2018, the market was like crazy. So I stopped trading from there until like 2019. And then beginning of 2019, I got back into options, but I had bought a couple shares like in November of that year, or before October. I had bought like 17 shares of Tesla that I held to like the 900s. Like I bought 300s. I held to the 900s, and I managed to stay alive with that. And then like my story is very particular because that 2018, that Christmas time, like aside from trading, like my mom passed away. So that was like very tough for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was a big like trauma moment in my life.
Yeah.
That I just stayed alone a lot of time. And so like just trading, like that would keep me super like concentrated every time. Like I really wanted it that. And then so after that happened in my life, like some of the insurance money, like I got to start to invest with that. But I was being very high risk, like very high risk. I would get high rewards, but it was crazy risk. And coming into 2020, I was killing it. So the back end of 2019, like I made my first 5-figure day.
Yep.
And that was crazy, yo. So I bought on the Tesla again. I bought some contracts, like 25 contracts, 25 lot for $2 and 3 hours. Shit goes to like $10, like $9. I sell over there. Like that was a crazy day.
Okay.
And then after that, 2020 started. I was killing it, and when March came, that was like the hell for me, yo.
Yep.
I got hit so hard, man. And I want to hear from you guys, like, what would you guys were doing at that time? Because I think, like, right now, like, this past event just shaped us all on the way we trade.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, I started trading in February, options. So my first experience in the market was crash. I've taken like 4 or 5 hits already. And it's just, it's normal, right, in the market, but I joined in an abnormal market condition. So to me, this is normal. So I wasn't able to have that prior experience to the markets as when it was less volatile and normal as everybody else. So I'm pretty used to this market. It's going to be weird coming out of this at some point in the future where the market's already stabilized, and I'm expecting these big swings on a regular basis, which will not occur.
Exactly.
Right? So that so far has been my experience in the market, and that's I've only been in the market for even less than a year.
Yeah. So, I mean, after this time, I to be specific, I was up in like around the 60K ish area in my account. Like, so I was straight up going to 100. Like, there's no stopping me. I'm killing this. And then after Corona, like, got around the back end of March when it got kind of nasty, I decided I want to come back to Puerto Rico because I was in Miami all this time. And then the day before the flight, I traded that day and I was shorting SPY. And then Trump comes out with like, or the Federal Reserve, sorry, they come out, they lower interest rates to like 0.25. So I'm like,
I remember.
And then that day when the news came out, the headline SPY just went parabolic. And I was shorting with a lot of size, And that day I ended up like losing 10 grand. And I was like, this was like almost 20 or plus % on my account, somewhere around there. And I flew out to Puerto Rico the next day. And I remember at first I was pissed because like my house has worse internet. And I'm like, like I'm handling like a couple racks here. Like I feel uncomfortable handling it with like shitty internet. And from March to April was like part of the lowest, I went from like 50K to almost like 8K in my account. And that was like all the money I had, I heard it so much at that time. And so afterwards I just started coming back with it, writing this time I started to write. I got all the way back to like maybe 40 just to lose it again, to lose it again back to 8. And then coming from 8 to where I am right now. But at this time I feel like super way confident because it's been very crazy around here.
So when you got back, you already had gone down, and then you came back up, and then you took another hit down.
Yeah, exactly. Because the second time I came down, I was starting to write SPY, and so I was so ambitious with the write 3 days in a week.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's like one
exactly.
of my
So I would write on Friday afternoon, like I would be writing for Monday for the gap down or gap up on Monday, and then Wednesday, blah blah blah.
Of course.
So the first time I did that, I just sold some calls very out the money. Yeah. But before this, I was already selling weeklies, so I had grown my payback a bit, and then I sold like faraway calls, and that day SPY just rips. So I sell like 310s. It's at 300, and it goes to like 308. Overnight it goes to like 316, and at the open I got squashed, and that was like the second time I lost it. But this time, like, I knew what could happen. I knew that was a possible scenario, but I was just very ambitious that you could write 3 days in a week. So I was like, what I make in the weekly, so I can make it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Of course.
So I'll be killing it.
Of course.
And that just ate me. So now I don't think like that no more. Like money, I just see it as the instrument, but this is like more of the path that each of us are going through. And I think that's very important, because a lot of people just want to make money fast in all of this when they hear about any type of trading. And I tell people, like, if you want to make money fast, like, don't get into trading. Don't do that, Don't do that.
So I have a question, and I want to say, and I'm thinking about kind of my past and like you said, similar things. So my thing, the Tilray was the pot bubble, right? The wheat bubble. Everybody was buying this pot stocks, and they were going crazy.
Exactly.
My question is, and for me, that my bubble that I was involved with was crypto, and I flipped 10 into 40 real quick, right? And in my mind, I'm like, nobody's stopping me. I'm going to 100.
Yeah.
I'm going to 100.
I'm running.
And that was the top, right? So my question is, when we get these psychological levels where we think we can obtain this, and then is there a behavior there that is almost our downfall every time?
Yeah. And I would need to say that.
Yeah.
It's all in the head. Like, people would think, outsiders, like, if I were in this position, like, I would just go for the 100, right? Or something like that, go to 6 figures. Like, but after, like, being there for a little bit, you know that you're not going to be given the money in the market that you can't handle, right?
Yeah.
And I've listened to that from people here in the community. That's another stuff. But like, at the time I had all that money, I lost it because I just didn't know how to handle it at the time. Yeah. Right? So if I ever be to get there once again, which it looks like, I know it could be very doable, well, then at that point, I would recognize, like, the tool I have right now and where it could take me, instead of just gambling it like I pretty much did the way before.
Exactly.
It's the seriousness of actually wanting to trade as a living. Like, one of the other traders in the office, he's like, this is the best job ever. Like, tomorrow I could just go ski.
Yeah.
And have that type of discipline.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible to have that flexibility and be able to recognize it in yourself. Just be like, listen, I don't want to be involved today. I need to leave.
But you definitely need that headspace.
Yeah.
That is like, you can't let it just overeat your goal. Yeah. What you actually want. So you definitely need to change that type of mindset.
Yeah.
Or the mind level, as you said.
What about external events? I mean, you mentioned your mom, and for me, that hits home in some ways because I almost lost my mom two years ago. So I was trading during this time, and my mom was in the ICU for 17 days because she had a stroke, and the doctor said she shouldn't be alive. There's no reason she should be alive. And I'm trading during this time, and I'm just taking losses. I'm there, but I'm not mentally there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? How do these external events that we experience as traders, how do they affect us in the markets?
Definitely, because I mean, at that time I didn't have the resources I have now. So now, I have you guys. We got a lot of information going on through the office every time. So at this time, I was just trading from my phone and my laptop. I didn't even use tape at the time.
Right.
And so what I said is most of the time that my mom was very sick.
Yeah.
Right. I was in Miami. So I just knew that in my head, like, if I just stay on my track, like, studying, like, this is what would make her proud, because she was very proud of us. Me and my brother, just like doing straight up good at all, like sports, grades, school. And then I remember when I started, I told her, like, yo, I flipped this money. And she was like, is this even legal? Right.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
She's like, are you actually, like, aren't you supposed to pay taxes on that? I'm like, yeah, well, but at the time I showed her, and then she was like, just don't fuck up. Actually, she told me, she's like,
of course.
If you like it, try to make it work.
Yeah.
And so me knowing that she was very sick and I wasn't even home, right? I was just starting up as like the college path and stuff. But before that, like, I had a very good life with her. So although it was like crazy tough at the time, I wasn't trading as hard, but I would think, like, right now, if it would be to happen again and I'm just trading the way I am right now, like, it wouldn't be even possible, I would think, because I would just trade like one day a week back then or something like that, some stupid trade, just try to rack up a couple $100 here or something like that there. But
cool. And then the community aspect, meaning we kind of have all developed our own space in TradeSpace, and then developing our own, like, behaviors, our own personalities, and recognizing when something's off. You know what I mean?
Right. And transitioning here to TradeSpace, like, how you arrived back in, when was it again?
In August, I started in August. So
TradeSpace.
Yeah,
And Puerto Rico was
back in March.
March, right?
So,
So how did you come about to TradeSpace? How did you?
so that's the thing. So as I mentioned earlier, the community. I started watching some people on Instagram and YouTube in the community, and I was losing a lot of money at that time. So I just wanted to talk to someone, that might have gone through something similar. Like, what have they done at the time? And so I write to the guys in Infusion, Victor, and I just asked to call him. And super gently, a couple hours later, he answered. We talked, and he was the one that talked to me like about spreads. But for me to actually get to message him on Instagram, like, I had to go through another buddy of ours, Figarella, and he was the one that brought me to you guys.
Okay.
So I texted him so I could talk to Victor, but he I texted him again, right? When I saw you guys, because of just the community on the Instagram. At first I was like, yo, going down there, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm that trader right now, but sure, I could just develop a bit. And right now, with the last hope I have, I just better do it now than not do it anywhere, anytime.
So you took a leap of faith.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at the time I was at my bottom, yo. I was at the bottom when I decided to start with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember that week I went to Miami just to do some stuff, like the stuff I had in my apartment, move it out of there, put it in a storage room, my car, give it to my aunt so she can have it for a couple months, just whenever I come back. And that week I came back, we straight up started hitting it. Yeah.
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 I mean, you've been hot.
Yo.
I mean,
Yeah, ever since you arrived, you've been killing it.
Having you next to me, we had this little corner, in the office where we'd come in here every single day and we'd talk about yo, what are we gonna sell? What are we gonna sell?
Exactly.
We're gonna write something over here. We got some deltas over here, that kind of move.
Yeah.
And then so now it's anytime I want to sell something, or you're the guy for the Amazon. That's all you spend your days with.
So since June, I've only be trading Amazon, and for me now, she has been a good girl right now, yo. I've been able to read her pretty well, and I've been almost writing every time on the Amazon. Nice. But it's a thing that the Victor told me. He's try to fall in love with just one name, or your top 3 names, right, or something like that. And for me, top 3, I'm gonna be okay, I could do that later. I'll just keep on trading one name, and let's see how it goes. And there at TradeSpace, yo, with you guys, that's what I said, the information flow, just communicating in between us, our opinions and everything. We can jump into conclusions pretty fast and just kill it there. Honestly, I don't know of any trader that has just plummeted in there or just lost all their money or nothing, because we actually care for each other there. Right? Yeah. So we don't want to see us
I know, even going and getting drinks after, or just sitting around and doing things going to the beach, Loquillo last weekend.
Exactly.
You do those kind of things, you realize that trading, I mean, it can be so stressful during the week, but then those refreshing days, then you can come in fresh-minded, right? And it really makes you appreciate what we have.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so much goes on outside of the trading that affects the trading, and it's not all about being in the screens, right? It's about living and clearing your mind and making sure you have everything. You're emotionally stable. You're emotionally making the right decisions. You're clear-headed. You're in the right path. And having a support group around you that's always pushing you forward and constantly helping you back too is well, to me it's been of great value, and from what I hear from you, it's served great value as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's been super key to be where I am right now. And for me right now, I feel like I'm at my highest, even though I'm not. But the skill that I'm mastering right now, that we're all mastering, I feel tomorrow I could blow up my entire account, but I just know that I'm gonna have the skill, right?
Nobody can take it away.
Exactly. So I know I could come back to that anytime, and I know that it might be a very risky, but I know how to manage it, and that's the biggest part right now what I would think for me. Yeah.
Good.
That's
good.
the most important.
And
part.
what are your goals now?
The
Like,
goals.
since you've
The
gone
goals. I
into
mean,
the
I
office.
think to the office.
Since you've gone into the office, how have your goals shaped? And what are
Yeah.
your
So
goals
check
now?
this out. So on January, I don't know if I'm gonna need to go back to Miami, or I could straight up just stay in Puerto Rico trading here, and trying to just finish school through online, right? So for me right now, the way that things are going, if they keep going that way, I might just like need to stay here, right? So I might like bring some of my other stuff from Miami, because here with what we're pulling, like I think it could be a nice moment just to sit back and work hard on this right now. So if I would be to work hard, I would still I would stick in the community for sure. Like what we have there every morning, everyone coming from the gym and stuff like that, like the dynamic cooking breakfast. Sometimes, someone is cooking something nice for lunch, or we have a great day. They order sushi or pizza and stuff like that.
Some of the bigger guys have a good day.
It will make you feel like you're enjoying something pretty much right now.
Even on the down days, just knowing you're not alone and everybody's going through the same thing, it's like comforting.
For real.
It sounds
Exactly.
sounds bad, but it is.
No, it is. It's exactly to actually like see it. You know what I mean, and not know that you're by yourself. But I mean, that's an amazing story. You know what I mean, and thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
And we're gonna have you on some more. I'm sure. The more you stick
yeah.
around, the more we're gonna have you on.
Definitely,
We're gonna talk about FIFA. Shoot, we might even throw a Twitch out there, and we get a TradeSpace Twitch video.
It could be nice getting the Twitch on.
So there's a lot of things we can do, and that's the cool thing about kind of growing as a community is just finding your own path.
Of course.
And watching everyone else grow along with you, which is the
Yeah.
best part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
guys.
thank you, Kevin, for joining us today on
Of course,
this
guys.
episode.
Definitely. We'll keep
definitely be
doing
seeing
this.
you soon. And
we'll see you tomorrow.
See you soon, guys.
See y'all later. See y'all
And
later.
that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast, and let's wrap it up.
Adios.